Well, hey, what's up, kids? Big Blue here. Welcome back to the Clubhouse. Today is episode 2 of House of the Dragon. Episode 1 started out with just a friggin' banger of an episode, coming in with everything and surpassing all of my expectations for what this show is going to be. I am loving where we are. I'm loving the characters. Got my cheat sheet here with who everybody is and their relations. Got my notepad, and we are ready to dive into episode 2 of House of the Dragon right now. Yes! Oh, it's the same theme. Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go. You probably won't be hearing any of this because I don't want to get a copyright strike. But in my headphones, it sounds amazing. It just puts you in the right place. Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, let's go. Oh, I didn't want to go there. When they said he was the crab feeder, I didn't realize they were being eaten alive. I should have figured that out though.
I want to know what is to be done about my ships and my men.
Damn. Dude has no chill.
I am not prepared to start a war with the Free Cities.
What reason does the crab feeder have to fear us?
Dragons, maybe?
The king's own brother has been allowed to seize Dragonstone, and Daemon has squatted there for over half a year.
Oh, so we're 6 months... Okay.
You have dragon riders, father.
I don't think she was supposed to actually say anything.
I only meant that we should at least...
Perhaps there's some better use for the princess's talent.
I don't like Otto. She's the heir, but still has... Nothing has changed in 6 months. He named her heir, but that's about it seems.
Sir Aemon was knighted at 8 and 10.
Do any of these knights have combat experience?
Well, get right to the point.
Son of the steward of the Lord of
He's the dude that beat Daemon in the tournament.
Be welcome, Sir Criston.
She likes him.
I fought for a year as a foot soldier against the Dornish incursions. Sir Arlen Dondarrion knighted me after we raised 2 of the watchtowers along the Burnel.
He brought himself up by his bootstraps. I like him. I like that guy.
I choose Sir Criston Cole.
And I like her for choosing him.
Be too hasty.
Shut the fuck up, Otto.
My father should be defended by a man who's known real combat. Should he not?
Of course, princess.
Of course, princess. How dare you use logic and reason in your decision-making. Fucking Otto Hightower. Daemon was right. He's definitely a
Cunt! The glory of old Valyria will never be seen again.
Oh, wonder what that symbolizes. The king breaking the dragons? I mean, that's gotta mean something.
Tell me, how is Rhaenyra? Well, these days she doesn't say more than a few words to me.
It will take time.
I wish she would approach me.
What if you went to her?
There are times when I would rather face the Black Dread himself than mine own daughter of 15.
Okay, so they did. She's 15. Okay, good.
You do not mention our talks to Rhaenyra, do you?
Why keep it, though?
I fear that she wouldn't understand them.
No.
I mean, Alicent's such an interesting character.
Your father loves you. He chose you for his heir.
Did he, though?
He didn't choose me, he spurned Daemon.
Yeah. Oh. Interesting. I hadn't thought about it like that. That he chose her just to spite Daemon. I mean, yeah.
I wish to apologize for the tenor of the small council today, Your Grace. Might I speak plainly?
I always welcome the unfettered thoughts of my council.
Do you, though, Viserys?
Our enemies are presently fixed on the Red Keep. The Queen has passed. A girl has been named heir to the Iron Throne. The King's brother, so disinherited, has claimed the Targaryen seat on Dragonstone. And now a foreign power has established a colony in our most critical shipping lane.
Wow.
You paint such an aspirant portrait of my reign.
It is an honest one, cousin.
I mean, they're not wrong.
To elude a storm, you can either sail into it or around it. but you must never await its coming.
Yeah, that. I mean, right there. He's got to take action on something.
Join our families.
Huh.
Wed our daughter, Lena.
Wait, their daughter. Isn't she the little girl that was in the other episode? Awkward dinner. You can literally hear the crickets chirping. That's funny.
We should be free to speak our minds to one another.
You can say whatever you'd like. You are the king.
Wow. What a half-assed kind of measure of placating humor was that?
Sir Harold provided a fine field of tawny knights. But in questioning them, I discovered that Sir Criston was the only man among them with true battle experience.
You will make a fine knight of the King's Guard.
He doesn't see her for anything other than a little girl.
Pay it no mind.
I thought I might have had some insight.
You're young. You will learn.
Wow. Just zip that conversation shut. Oh, are those maggots? Oh, for his finger? That. You know, it's interesting. There's a fan theory going around that the Iron Throne physically attacks the rulers that the throne doesn't seem to be worthy. You know, which is why he keeps getting nicks and cuts, because he's a good man, but he's not a good king, you know, so which is why he keeps getting these physical stuff caused by the throne. I wonder how true that actually is. It's an interesting thought concept, though.
The Lady Lena. To combine the strength of our houses.
Oh, Otto doesn't like that.
Such matters must be discussed with a small council.
That is what I'm doing. Presently.
You are the king, but I do not envy you.
Yeah, me either. But how Viserys can't see through Otto's, like, blatant, just machinations and just... He's just so skeevy. Speaking of skeevy, it was the little girl. Oh my... It's going to be an awkward scene.
I would give you many children of pure Balerion blood, so that we might strengthen the royal line.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what your father told you to say?
Good. Good, Viserys.
What did your mother tell you?
That I wouldn't have to bed you until I turned 14.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Like I said, he's a good man. He's just a shit king. Not shit king, he's just an indecisive one.
It bothers you, does it not?
Oh, this is going to be good.
That I understand the order of things. I'm not sure you do.
I think she does more than you think she does.
But the men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen, and they denied it.
They denied you, Princess Rhaenys.
Ho, 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 burn! Queen who never was.
Do you remind your father's men of that as you carry their cups?
Burns all around.
Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne.
I think that line was in the trailer, but she's just...
The small council is urging me to remarry. Seems the realm wants for a new queen.
Is he talking to Alicent again? Yeah.
A good and kind queen will...
They're going to end up together. It's just... Yeah.
I brought you something.
Oh, did she fix the dragon? I don't know how she would. There's no glue.
I asked the stonemasons to mend it.
Oh, okay. Well, that works too.
Very kind. Come.
And there's that shift again. In the other episode, the shift from the king to Viserys, and now this, that, Viserys, he's able to be himself. And then when other people come in, he's got to be the king, but he could be himself with her. I like that. Dragon's egg was stolen out from the 50... Wow. Oh, shit. He stole a dragon egg?
Scorio dromon daemon leitas.
Oh, shit.
Damon is without Right.
And he has a dragon.
Let me go to Dragonstone.
Yeah. Let him get eaten by a dragon.
Your occupation of this island is at an end. By order of His Grace, King Viserys...
Where is the king? I don't see him.
His Grace would never lower himself to entertain such a mummer's farce.
Yeah. I don't know what that word means, but...
Sir Criston Cole, my prince.
Ah, yes, apologies. I couldn't recall.
Perhaps my prince recalls when I knocked him off his horse.
Very good. You've come for the egg. Here it is.
Choose violence here is to declare war against your king.
Wonderful.
Damn, Damon. Yes. Oh, she's so badass. Oh, we gonna get dragon on dragon action? Let's go. I don't think she's supposed to be there.
What are you doing here, Princess?
Preventing bloodshed.
Sir Criston, please escort the princess to safety.
Take care not to startle Syrax, my lords. She's rather protective of me. I'm right here, Uncle. The reason that you were disinherited.
Wow.
If you wish to be restored as heir, you'll need to kill me. So do it.
She's totally calling his bluff. Just flat out, hey, right here, fucking at me. He's smarter than that. And yet he does dumb things. Nice. Oh, damn. That over the shoulder, just, that's how you do it.
I have come looking for an unencumbered opinion.
Unencumbered?
That's all I would ever give, Your Grace.
Lena Balerion.
Lord Corlys is your master of ships. She is the eldest daughter of the wealthiest house in the realm. She comes from unimpeachable Valyrian stock. What's to mislike?
She is 12.
Yeah.
She will mature.
Jesus. The political machinations here, everything is telling him that that little girl is the right match.
If you truly want my unencumbered opinion...
I do.
You should wed Lena Balerion, Your Grace.
Yeah, see, everyone's telling him to do it. Corlys, him, the Maesters.
The princess has returned from Dragonstone.
Dragonstone?
Yeah, see, she wasn't supposed to be there.
Your Grace.
Yeah, she knows she fucked up.
May I sit?
Wow. She's gonna force him to see her as something other than just his little girl. And I love that.
You went to Dragonstone.
And retrieve the egg without bloodshed. A feat I'm not sure Sir Otto could have accomplished alone.
Yeah.
Yes. Well.
Hello? Duh. You named her heir for a reason other than just getting at your brother.
Your mother's absence is a wound that will never heal.
Yeah.
It pleases me to hear you say this.
Huh?
To know that I'm not alone.
Oh, yeah. No, that makes sense.
I struggle to realize that my daughter had so quickly become a woman grown.
Hey, look at that. This is the first honest, real conversation I think these two have ever had.
The king must take a new wife.
Hey, look at that. Communication will set you free.
You are the king, and so your first duty is to the realm. Mother would have understood this, just as I do.
Yeah. He really needed to hear that from her. They needed to have that conversation, but he's not gonna do what she wants. Or what any of them want, except for Otto. I don't even think Alicent... Well, maybe. I think Alicent's just trying to make the best of the situation that she's been thrown into.
I have decided to take a new wife. I intend to marry.
Yeah.
The Lady Alicent Hightower.
She totally didn't see that coming. Neither did he.
This is an absurdity.
Wow. That's a very much a I gotcha, motherfucker. Look,
House Valarion's origins reach back to old Valyria.
Is he talking to that crab guy? Has he been working behind the scenes this whole time? Or is he the crab guy, working both sides?
Unlike every other lord of the realm, I can say that I built my house's high seat with the strength of mine own back.
They're building it up too much. Who's he talking to?
I've always thought of you and I as having been made from the same cloth.
Oh. Yeah, okay, that makes much more sense.
I wasn't aware you had a king for a brother.
That's just him saying, we are not the same.
No, it was never my brother's strongest trait.
What?
Being king.
Oh, it's funny. Oh.
I will not have Driftmark beggared while our king idles himself with feasts and balls and tourneys.
I will speak of my brother as I wish. You will not.
Yeah, it's him saying, we are not the same. That dude is just freaky looking. Yeah, I don't like him at all. Nice. Good episode. Good episode. So yeah, another great episode. This is a solid follow-up to the first episode. You know, we had a little bit of a time jump, about 6 months. We see that, you know, even though Rhaenyra has been named the heir, she really, it's just a, you know, promotion title thing. There's no weight behind it, you know, and even she's trying to say, hey, you know, this is my idea, why don't we do this? And Viserys just, I mean, she even said it more than once in the episode. It's like, he doesn't see me as his heir. He still sees me as his little girl. And I think that's a trope very common between fathers and daughters, even in our own era. You know, they just don't want to admit that their daughters are grown. I mean, it happens all the time. And I like how the added level of drama to that is that they're royalty, and if something the fact that they can't communicate would have disastrous results throughout, you know, everything. And I think it makes for really compelling television. The dynamic between Alicent and Rhaenyra versus the dynamic between Alicent and Viserys, God, these names are all so weird. But anyway, it is really interesting because she's playing both sides, but at the same time, she's really just trying to survive and do what's you know best for the situation that she's been put into. And her reactions to things that Viserys tells her versus her reactions to things that Rhaenyra is talking to her about is, you know, the actress playing her is doing a friggin' banger job of just being like, hey, this is the situation that I've been put into. And you know, you could kind of tell that, you know, from the beginning of the episode, it's been 6 months, and you know, she's been coming to see him, you know, regularly and stuff. And it was never going to be, you know, that little girl, thank God, because that would have just been awkward as hell. I know that there's a next week on at the end of this. I'm not going to watch it, at least not yet. I want to be able to have my thoughts on this episode and whatnot. But Daemon still is far and away the most compelling character here because he's so super smart and yet still does dumb things. It's like, why would you do that? And if you're going to send this missive, why would you send it and not, you know, loop in the person that you're basically pinning a target on her back and saying, hey, yeah, no, I'm going to marry this commoner, this whore, as they said, and, you know, oh, by the way, she's pregnant. Yeah, no, that's the biggest weight. I mean, we saw, you know, what freaking Joffrey did to all the bastards in Game of Thrones. So we as the audience know what the people who feel things that are standing in their way as a threat can lead to. So right away, we're, you know, having the same fear that the character had, Mizera. I need to look up how to spell it, but and she's very similar to some of the conversations that Shay was having with Tyrion in the first couple of seasons, or in those couple of seasons of Game of Thrones. So it's a very similar dynamic between where Mizera has come from, and Damon just saying, no, you're fine. No one's going to hurt you. And she's like, you have no idea what people are actually capable of when they see someone in their way. And same thing that Tyrion was saying. Tyrion's like, I can protect you. And I think that Tyrion could have if Shay had done things differently. But that's a different conversation. The confrontation between Rhaenyra and Daemon at Dragonstone was my favorite moment of this episode, because it's Rhaenyra knowing who she is in her relationship to Daemon and just calling his bluff and being like, hey, if you're gonna kill me, just get it over with. Enough of these machinations, enough of you playing your stupid games. Just here I am. I'm what's in your way. I was just as, put out by this as you were. What are we going to do about it? You could definitely tell that she's like the only person in the world that Daemon will listen to and potentially even maybe respects. I don't know. But you definitely get that sense with him that, hey, she and I are of the same mindset, the same ilk, the same, even almost sometimes the same temperament, So it'll be interesting to see if there's more time skips and stuff like that. And I think that's kind of, at least in my head, that's how they're going to do this. And eventually we'll skip enough time that we get to the other actresses that play Rhaenyra and Alicent. Had to look at my note, which is why I have this. It's so funny when you have a show that requires you to have reference material, but I love it. Anyway, this episode was fantastic. There's a lot of really deep themes and stuff going on here. They were talking about worth several times in here. They're talking about station, talking about the role of the patriarchy versus, to quote Daenerys from the original, breaking the wheel. And, even Rhaenyra is talking about here, when I'm queen, I'll make a new order. And Rhaenys is like, sweet summer child. No, you won't. That scene also was fantastic. Just the zingers back and forth between them. It's like, here's clearly Rhaenyra looking at Rhaenys going, yes, you're my elder, but I'm still stationed higher than you. I am still the heir. I am the daughter of the king. And she talks to her in that manner of, I know what I'm talking about. I'm smarter than you think I am. I'm not some little girl. And Rhaenys is looking at her going, yeah, I get all that, but you still have no idea what you're dealing with. And it's one of those situations where both of them are just throwing truth bombs at each other. And truth versus truth is like, whoa, what the heck? It's such good television. The writing in the show is just great. And I'm so excited for what's going to happen in the next episodes and going forward through the rest of the season. So if you're as looking forward to what happens in this show as I am, make sure you go ahead and get subscribed down below, and we can have discussions about what you think is going to happen and what you hope to see in episodes going forward. So until then, my name is Big Lou. This is Big Lou's Clubhouse, and we'll see you next time.